Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And what you're seeing on screen is a post from Jeff Moore. I'll leave a link to his X account in the description, and then I will also leave a link from the best MVNO article in the description as well. So, members, you guys have already been filled in on this, but Internet Air is now being sold at some Cricket stores. So there was recently, shortly after, or not too long after AT&T earnings call, they usually host an internal town hall, and it's only for internal for the employees. They get sent the video, and Stanky discussed on that internal call that Internet Air would continue expanding, and AT&T employees are also made aware that Internet Air is going to continue to expand. Now we know of the next expansion, and it's prepaid. They're bringing Internet Air to prepaid. Now, that's got to count for something, right? In terms of growth, right? Every quarter, we see AT&T's FWA numbers increase. It started at like 75,000, then it went above a little over 100,000, and I think last quarter was like 176,000, if I remember that correctly. So could we see a AT&T that does 250,000 FWA ads a quarter? It's very possible. It's very possible, unless they just really limit the amount of households and apartments that have access to the product. I mean, bringing this to prepaid, you're opening up the service to a whole nother audience, so to speak. So it's it's a good thing for AT&T, and I think they need to pursue this. They have a ton of capacity on air. And right now, while carriers are still looking for the killer 5G app, the huge monetization, this is a way to monetize. Here in my market, as an example, AT&T does not offer Internet Air yet at any address. It's not a it's not a market that's officially launched with Internet Air. But all sites so far have been deployed with C-band and DoD, which is not the case in many other markets. In many other markets, it's either just C-band or, well, it's really just C-band or the C-band and the DoD. But like Dallas, for an example, and I know that's now changing, they're going back to sites. But there are a lot of markets out there where they literally just launched C-band and did not deploy DoD. In my market, for whatever reason, that was not the case. Any permit that went through the permit log, it was C-band and DoD, and that's what they've deployed on every site. So that's the 80 megahertz and 40 megahertz combo. They have a ton of capacity on these macro sites. I've been testing in the background. I'll share some more videos soon. They have a ton of capacity that they are not monetizing today. There is no FWA that you can sign up for. It's either DSL where available or fiber. There is a ton of capacity. And AT&T really even hasn't densified much yet. They're adding C-RAN. They're starting that deployment in my market. Once those C-RAN get C-band and DoD, or C-band or DoD, whichever they decide, that's even more capacity on top of the capacity. Just to give you guys a preview, I drove about a 9 to 10 mile radius testing AT&T, and I did not register a speed test below 500 megabits, just to kind of emphasize how big of capacity they have to monetize, right? So I know they do business air internet in my market. I know they offer that. But for the consumer, the Internet Air, they do not offer that yet. So there is ton of opportunity to capitalize on that monetization. And even in areas where they offer Internet Air, they have more to sell through, business or consumer. They have a lot of opportunity and headwinds ahead of them with all this monetizing, right? They have a lot of capacity. They're running the right amount of circuit, like the 10 gig circuits on sites. And I know there are some areas where AT&T doesn't, but They're upping the provisioning. They're definitely working through that, and it's it's a missed opportunity. If they don't really chase this, then it's just really a missed opportunity. Who knows when the next killer 5G app is available? Might be next year, the year after, whatever. You have to worry about your business now. You have to monetize now. And that's what I believe they're starting to try and do. I know early on they really downplayed FWA. They didn't really want to do it. But now you have it on Cricket. So it's definitely expanding internally. They will I'm quite positive they will make it available to more areas. They just have to. There's too much capacity that's not being monetized. Even with all of the additional mobile growth they've been enjoying that we've seen in recent quarters with the convergence and fiber helping grow wireless a bit more, there's still so much capacity that's being offered that's not being monetized that it's quite concerning with AT&T. Now, I'm not saying they're the fastest by any means, but it's just if you can drive around at 2, 3 p.m. or even at 5 p.m. in rush hour and you're pulling 6, 700 consistently, something's wrong. That's always been the case across the board, even during LTE. When there were sites that were just too fast, it's a problem because that means you're not selling the service, you're not monetizing, something is not working, right? So it's the same case in this case. If AT&T is doing 6, 7, 8, 9 a gig during peak times, something's wrong, right? They need to monetize that. So the AT&T Turbo that has helped them monetize, but I think that's kind of, I don't want to say it's played out, but it's common. It's gone, right? It's, yes, they still have it. You can still get AT&T Turbo, but it's not something that they can monetize or expect monetization for years to come, right? The people that are going to get it, they already have it, and the ones that don't, they're just not going to get it. So they're eventually going to bring AT&T Turbo to the FWA side as well. That's going to happen, but that's just a quick boost of monetization. That's not long term. Internet Air for now, that's long term growth, quarter after quarter, and they have the capacity on air to do it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.